Hey, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? Definitely wanted to uh, come and talk to you guys real quick um, on something that's really staggering and something that everybody, honestly, needs to really take a look at. I definitely want to bring an eye opener to some of you all. Um, and let's just have a real Friday night conversation, right? We're not doing nothing else, but that's what we're gonna do. So let me tell you guys. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world. There's a lot of stuff going on, especially nowadays, especially with this pandemic that's happening. Jobs laying off folks. Unemployment filings are going up. But I just want to bring a little bit of awareness, I guess you could say, awareness to quite a few things. Again, not going to be before you long, but let's check this out real quick. So we're in America, right? We're in the wealthiest country that's in the land, right? So they say. We're in the wealthiest country, but we have so many people that are struggling. And usually people may not look at this, but there are actually 4 challenges that actually makes most Americans struggle. One of the biggest things that I can relate to and that I could talk about is the fact that I grew up in a 2-parent household. And in my household, I was told this golden formula. And that formula was to go to school, go to college, and get that good job. And that was the thing. You know, I followed. I was a decent kid in school, wasn't a troublemaker. Well, sometimes. But no, I wasn't the smartest kid, but I sure enough wasn't at the bottom of the barrel either. You know, I did graduate high school. Some people graduated magna cum laude. Have had a lot of friends that graduated cum laude, and there was me, and I graduated. Thank you, Lordy. But no, all jokes aside. There are things that, that I was told, period. I was told to basically, like I said, go to school, go to college, and get that good job. But I wasn't told about the struggles that I was going to have coming out of college that most college students do have. And I want you to take a look at this. I went to college, graduated high school, and went to college. But when I went to college, I acquired student loans. I acquired credit cards. Those were the first things that hit me. I didn't have a job. So tell me, how is it that I'm getting approved for credit cards from a company that is giving me money and they know that I don't have a job to pay for it? That's the crazy thing about it, right? So I acquired debt. Then they have this thing called deferment. Of course, you ain't got no money, you ain't got no job in college, so you defer your student loans. So you graduate college, one, in a degree, and most college students get a job in a field that doesn't have anything to do with their degree. But more so, I got this debt, right? But here's how things work, and let me put it in perspective. Here we are in America. We're in the year 2020. And what you have to understand is there are 4 challenges that every American faces. Every American faces. One is called inflation. And in America, it's a capitalistic society. So what that means is that as a business owner, America gives business owners the rights to raise the price of their goods and services whenever they want to, right? So you see this a lot. Right now, I want you guys to really pay attention, because right now, inflation is actually occurring in the food and at the grocery stores. Look at the prices that are going up already on food. Why? Because the demand is high. When the demand is high, prices can fluctuate, but mainly they go up. Right now, there's a lot of people that are suffering from stock market crash, from 401s being hit, from being laid off, and all type of things that are going on right now. But you got to understand, this ain't even the tip. We haven't even reached the peak. And what you got to understand is that, believe me, companies are going to make up for the time and money that they lost in March. They're going to make up for the time that they're losing in May and the money. Watch how the prices go up. Now, I said about the food, but taxes, healthcare, daycare, cost of living. Let me get a little bit more deeper in it. We just got a stimulus bill that was signed into action, right? Guys, ain't nothing for free. You can't just, the economy just can't dump millions and trillions of dollars into the economy and it has no effect. By doing that, that just dropped the value of the American dollar by a minimum of like 30%. Your American dollar just dropped 30% with this new stimulus package, right? That's $2 trillion that just got put into the economy. That dropped the value of the American dollar. But ain't nothing for free. Because guess who's going to pay that $2 trillion? Taxpayers. Us Americans. Us Americans, we're going to pay that. I want you guys to think about this. And this is facts. As a laborer, you are in the highest tax bracket that there is out there. America looks at a laborer as this. If you are not a business owner or you are not somebody that's wealthy, America looks at you as not being able to contribute to America but through labor. So that means all you can do is work. So as a worker, you're in the highest tax bracket. Now, the first challenge that I talked about was inflation. Bottom line is you can't outpace inflation. And if everything around you is constantly going up in price and in value except your dollar, then that means that your dollar is actually going down. That's the first challenge that every American faces, something called inflation. The second thing is called taxes. Now, again, with this stimulus package, what does that do? That's going to increase the taxes. As a laborer, you are in the highest tax bracket. So you already are paying 28 to 33% of your income in the taxes. 28 to 33%. That is equivalent to you actually only getting paid for 8 months out of the year instead of 12. That's a third of your income. Well, with this stimulus package, taxes are going to go up. If you're paying 33% now, a third of your income is only going to increase. Because again, you can't just dump money into the economy and not get it back. The taxpayers are going to pay that. It may not be tomorrow. It may not be this month. It may not even be this quarter. But I guarantee you, by the time all of this pans out, them taxes are going to get us. Them taxes are going to get us. Guys, taxes causes debt. If taxes take 1/3, taxes being your second challenge, taxes causes debt. Think about it. If I'm taking a third, that forces me to look for that third. Let's make it a little bit more plainer. Let's just say, matter of fact, I just looked it up. The median household income in America just last year in 2019 was 63,000. let's just say 63,000. It was 63 and some change. But it was 63,000. That is the median average in America across the board. I know some people make a little bit more, some people might make less, but that is the median. Okay, let me make that very clear. 63,000 was the median. Guys, if I hired you for 63,000, a third of 63,000 is actually 21, something like that. 21,000 and some change. Yeah, 21,000 and some change. So think about this. 21,000 came off of the top of your pay. That's a third of your income. That's a third of your income. At the end of the year, you get the opportunity from your job to file your taxes, right? Well, here's the thing. When you file your taxes to get that refund, is your refund going to be that 21,000 or that third of your income? Absolutely not. Of course it's not. It's not going to be nowhere near it. And guys, when you file your taxes, they're offering you a refund. I really want you to think about what a refund is. Re means again, and fund means money. That is them giving you your money again. You get it? Refund. So look, if you got inflation as the first challenge, you got taxes as your second challenge. The third challenge is cause debt, because taxes causes debt. And like I said, if I'm taking a third of your income off the top, that forces you to look for that third. In that example, I just said I used the median salary here in America in 2019, which was 63,000. A third of that is 21,000. So off the rip, 21,000 was taken away. But taxes, if I take 21,000 off of the top, that forces you to look for that 21,000 either through credit cards, lines of credit, loans. This, guys, is the most important challenge, which is debt. Debt takes the second third of your income. That's your food, water, shelter, and clothing. Those are your necessities. It's very important that you pay your debt. Think about this. Nobody wakes up and says, I just don't want to pay my bills. They don't pay their bills because you don't have enough money. And if you guys are taking any notes from this, I want you to write this down. The lack of money costs you more money. Now you may say, what does that mean? Well, think about it. If you don't pay your bills, you incur what's called a late fee. If you don't have enough money, you get overdraft fees, insufficient fund fees, reconnection notice fees, all type of fees on top of fees on top of fees. The lack of money costs you more money. And then, of course, how does that trigger to you? That triggers to you because your credit score drops. And let me tell you guys, I'm not talking about credit because that's a whole different conversation, but understand that your credit score actually is showing you how much you're going to pay for money. That's what a credit score is. A credit score shows you how much money how much it's going to cost you to borrow money. The higher the credit score, the lower your interest rate on loans, lines of credit, credit cards, credit that is extended to you. The higher your credit score, the lower the interest rate. The lower your credit score is, the higher the interest rate. You guys get it? But again, that's talking about credit. I will say this. Credit is more powerful. Having a 750 credit score and above. A 750 credit score and above is much more powerful than $100,000 cash. Believe me. Your credit is power. Credit is also a $1 trillion industry. Because while most Americans have bad credit, the interest that they're paying on loans, the interest that they're paying in late fees, the interest that they're paying on insufficient fund fees, these car loans and these house loans or lines of credit cards, period. The interest that the banks are making because your credit score is so low, you're paying 2, 3, and 4 times the amount or the value of that, let's just say, that line of credit. So in other words, you get a car note. A car honestly is worth $20,000. The car is worth $20,000, but your credit is messed up. So they get you in a higher interest rate. They get you in a 18 and above interest rate. In Georgia, which is where I live, the legal maximum that they could charge you in interest rate on a car is 29%. Buy here, pay here lots can charge you up to 29%. And believe me, some people are doing that because they need a car. But the point that I'm making is that if the car is $20,000 and you pay $500 a month on a 5-year car note, you're gonna pay a whole heck of a lot more than $20,000 by the time you pay that $500 for 5 years. Definitely. This is why they say the depreciation goes down. But getting back to our 4 challenges, you got inflation, you got taxes, and taxes causes debt. The last and 4th challenge is something that is called big business. Big business, if you guys have not experienced it or do not know what it is, I'm going to explain it, and I guarantee you by the time all of this smooths out with this pandemic, you are definitely going to experience big business. Understand that companies spend millions of dollars every single day on advertisement. Every single day. From the colors that they use in ads, newspapers, ads where they pop up on your phone, ads on the TV, to the places where they're the placement on the shelves in the stores, to the music that's played. Everything is geared to get you to spend money. Let's break it on down even more. Here in America, every single month, there is something geared to make you spend money. We just turned into April. Literally, if this pandemic wasn't going on, most people would be on what? Spring break. Followed by getting ready for Easter. Easter, you spending money. This is just April. May, you got Mother's Day. June, you got Father's Day. July, 4th of July. August, the kids you typically would be going back to school. September is Labor Day. October, that one day has generated $5 billion to businesses. That one day in October, Halloween, consumers spend $5 billion on Halloween, candy, Halloween parties, you name it. But that one day generates $5 billion for businesses. That's October. November, we go to Thanksgiving. Christmas, we got Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and New Year's Eve. Then we go back to January. January, what are we doing? First of the year, you want your first of the year meal. You got sales going on, first of the year sales. All of this is a part of it. February, guess what? Valentine's Day. March, the kids go on spring break. And you got St. Patrick's Day. Come on, y'all. The wall is written, and it's written all over it. The reason I say pay attention to what's going on right now, because believe me, for big business, they're going to inflate their prices. They got to make up for the money that they didn't make in March. They got to make up for the money that they didn't make in April. And they got to make up for the time that they didn't make in May or however long this pandemic is going to go on. Believe me, they're going to get it. And on top of all of that, you have unemployment at a rate right now of 6.6 million Americans that filed. But understand that was last week's numbers. That was last week's numbers. You guys, now is the time, because there are so much that is being thrown out that a lot of people may not understand. One of the biggest things is this unemployment rate, because companies already, now let's be real, companies were already looking for ways to cut their bottom line. That's the reality. You go in business to make money. This is how companies had started, and this isn't all companies, but this is how you had companies that started changing the healthcare rates. They used to pay 80, you pay 20. Now you got some companies that are paying 60, you pay 40. You got some companies that are not offering the bonuses that they used to. You got some companies that are not offering the match, the 401 match, the retirement match, the pensions that they used to have. Guys, pensions and 401ks are going away. They are definitely going away. But if your companies are already doing this, understand that this situation right here has given companies now a reason to go ahead and lay folks off. It's giving them a reason. One, we're being productive by having people work at home. We're making more productivity with people working at home than we do with them coming in. So we don't need that many people coming in. Not to mention the increase of electronics and technology. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Zoom, but do you know that the CEO of Zoom made $2 billion with a B as in boy, $2 billion last month because of the increase of Zoom accounts and everything that's going on. I'm telling you facts. Guys, you got to pay attention and look at it. You cannot sit around and allow this pandemic to affect you with stuff that you can control. There are solutions out there. There are ways of making money, and there are ways of protecting your investments that you already have. Don't get caught up in the hype of the 4 challenges that is plaguing America. That again, those 4 challenges are inflation, taxes, debt, and big business. Look, that's enough of my time. I definitely will be back later on, probably maybe tomorrow. Hey, I'm going to drop some more nuggets tomorrow, and we're going to talk about maybe some solutions to all of this. Thanks for y'all for sharing. Click like, click share, drop in the comments where you logging in from, just so I know where I'm reaching. And we're going to keep on pushing, and we're going to make it happen. Again, I'm Brandon Caldwell. Y'all take care of yourself. And if you need my information or you want to get in contact with me on solutions and how to overcome those 4 challenges, definitely call me. 678-355-8172. Again, that's 678-355-8172. And I promise to respond to you personally. No automation, none of that. Y'all take care, and I will see you.